Hey y'all, welcome back to Krista's Kitchen. As we get closer and closer to Christmas, I need some quick go-to meals that I can really get done either for lunch or dinner to help with one, feeding us, but also kind of curbing those cravings and just get things done quickly so that we have more time for family time and for just adventures and things. So that's why I've compiled these 3 videos in no specific order of just 3 quick meals that we can kind of jump to if we are kind of at a loss of what to cook this week. Okay y'all, so the next quick and easy recipe I have for y'all is chicken noodle soup. And this comes at a perfect time because Eleanor is sick and home from school today. So we're going to use our pressure cooker and cook this in about 5 minutes. Well, it's going to cook for 4 minutes, but it takes about 10 minutes to pressure it up. But it's dump and go and as simple as it gets. So we're going to toss in about half a medium onion. Now see, I'm using my freezer stock. As usual, this makes it even easier. About 1/4 cup of celery or about a stalk. I'm going to add in about 1.5 cups of sliced carrots. Now see, these are all frozen that I've prepped beforehand. I'm going to add in about 1 tablespoon of minced garlic. About 1 teaspoon of Italian seasoning. And then we're going to add in 1 of Sam's rotisserie chickens. So this is one that I've purchased before and just pulled all of the meat off and froze to have ready for a time like this. And it's fine that it's still frozen. It will thaw and we'll be able to shred it and everything. And this is seriously as dump and go as you can probably get. And we're going to add in 6 teaspoons of our chicken base, or you can just use 6 cups of chicken broth. Since we're using the chicken base, we're going to add in 6 cups of water. We're going to add 8 ounces of egg noodles. So this is a 16-ounce bag. I'm going to do about half. And it's okay that the egg noodles are not covered, but I am going to kind of spread them out. And that's it. We're going to put the lid on, set it to seal, and pressure cook it for 4 minutes, and then we'll let it do a natural release. You can do a quick release with this. It's just I've got to run down the road, so by the time I come back, it will be all done. Alright y'all, and just like that, with about 5 minutes prep and then just 4 minutes cook time, our chicken noodle soup is ready. You'll see it's got lots of veggies. We'll take some chicken and we'll just shred it up right in the bowl. And you may need to add a little bit of salt if you use low sodium chicken broth, but it should be pretty good, pretty spot on. But there you go. One of the easiest recipes you can make.
Hey!
So straight into the pan, we're putting a stick of butter, and then we're going to add in 1 medium chopped onion, 1 bell pepper chopped up, and 2 stalks of celery. Or if you want to go the easy route like me, and about 2 cups of seasoning blend. We're going to add in about 1 tablespoon of minced garlic. And then we're just going to let this soften and kind of saute together for about 10 minutes. It's on a medium heat, and just let all those veggies get nice and soft, and then we'll come and add the next easy part. Okay, so now that that's been simmering for about 10 minutes, you'll see that butter is all melted and the veggies are nice and soft. We're going to add in our seasoning, our crawfish, and all that, and make it even yummier. So we're going to add in maybe about 1/2 teaspoon to 1 teaspoon of pepper. Just start with about 1/2 teaspoon. And Our rice is all ready. I'm going to add in about a teaspoon of seasoned salt. You can use regular salt if you like. This just gives a little more flavor. We're adding in mostly frozen crawfish tails with the fat pieces and everything. These are shelled, deveined, all of that, but it still has those little bits of fat pieces you can see in there. So we're going to let that break up and thaw down into the pan, and then we'll add our next step. Okay, y'all. So the crawfish tails are all broken up and they're heated and thawed through. So last step is one that a lot of true Louisiana Southerners are going to have a hard time with. But remember, this is a quick crawfish etouffee, not a long simmer one. This is just to cure a craving really quickly. So we're going to add in a can of cream of mushroom soup. And it's going straight in. This is replacing what would thicken it up and make that roux. So yes, I realize this is not a traditional crawfish etouffee. This is a quick etouffee to help cure a craving. So don't come at me. I know I'm not claiming it's the original, it's the legit, it's the real thing. This is a yummy alternative. And roux don't take that long, but this makes it even easier and kind of foolproof if you want. But we're just mixing this all around. We're going to let it simmer with the lid back on for about 5 minutes. I've already cooked my rice and we will be ready to have lunch. So we have our last dump and go recipe, or a quick meal that we're going to do, and it's a dump and go oven recipe, and very, very simple. I have not tried this one before, but a friend of mine sent it to me, so we're going to give it a try today and see how it turns out. So she suggested 2 10-ounce bags of cheese tortellini or raviolis. I don't have the 10-ounce bags, so I'm just using the bags that I've got. And it's going to be a little bit extra pasta, but I think it will be okay. And she did also use ravioli. I'm using tortellini, again, because that's what I have. And when I went to the grocery store, I could not find the pre-made raviolis like she got. Again, using what we've got, but she said about 4 cups of spinach. I have just over 2. Just because once I washed through it and everything, there just weren't as many good pieces as I had thought. But we're going to make do. Now, she did not put chicken in hers, but I know that Michael's going to have a fit if there's not some kind of protein. So I'm adding some Sam's rotisserie chicken in with this as well. This is just some that I've bought previously, shredded up, and put in the freezer to have ready to go. It's mostly thawed at the moment. You can see I've still got some big chunks. But that tortellini that I just dropped down in the bottom, it's still frozen also. So I've used a little less than half of a rotisserie chicken at this point, and it's looking like it's pretty well covered. I think that's good enough. Next, we're going to add in a 24-ounce jar of vodka sauce. This is just pasta sauce. There is no alcohol in it, contrary to what my little sister believed. But it's just a type of pasta sauce. So we're just pouring that across the top. Now, Sabrina promised me that this recipe is super delicious. I did tell her I had a little bit of hesitation with the fact that we're using vodka sauce and some pesto, but we're going to give it a try and see anyway. Next, we're taking 2 cups of mozzarella cheese that we've shredded up and just sprinkling that across the top. And I love vodka sauce and pesto. It seemed like a strange combination to me to add them together. But she promised that it was amazing and that she would repeat it again and again. So there's our 2 cups of cheese, and then we're taking a 5-ounce jar of pesto, and she said just make some dollops on top of it, all across the pan. And we're not smoothing this out, we're not covering it up, mixing, or nothing. This is going straight into the oven at 400 for 25 minutes. Alright y'all, so it's all done. We're going to scoop some out and see how it turned out. This has got to be one of the easiest things I've probably made in a long time. And I hope that it's yummy. I really do wish I had more of the spinach like it called for. And I'm surprised the spinach did not wilt down. I've never, I don't know if I've ever not just pre-cooked the spinach or what. But let's do a little taste test and see how it is flavor-wise. And she's right, that pesto and vodka sauce, they do work really well together. I'm not quite sure what the flavor is. Like the pesto doesn't stand out really, really strong. But maybe it's just that garlic and like parsley, like the pine nut, all of that kind of just mixes with it. But even with the added chicken, it really works. So quick dinner that takes like less than 5 minutes to throw together. Maybe a few minutes more if you have to shred the chicken. You don't have it on hand like I did. But next time I'll definitely be adding a lot more spinach. I may even wilt it down in the pan before making it. But winner, winner, pasta dinner.